Reading through the Bible in a year, June 18th, Deuteronomy 23, Psalms 112 through 113, Isaiah 50, and Revelation chapter 20. No one who is emasculated or has his male organ cut off shall enter the assembly of Yahweh. It's important to read the notes on this section. They'll make a lot more sense as you do so. No one of illegitimate birth shall enter the assembly of Yahweh. None of his descendants, even to the 10th generation, shall enter the assembly of Yahweh. I'm going to read the note here on just what the assembly of Yahweh means. This is from the Reformation Study Bible. This phrase possibly refers to the worshiping community gathered before the presence of God rather than to Israel's population as a whole. Nehemiah 13, 1 through 3. It may, however, have a much narrower connotation, since apart from the present context, it appears only in Micah 2:5. The similar expression, assembly of God, comes from Nehemiah 13:1, at the start of a passage that focuses on the inappropriate provision of accommodation within the temple courts of Tobiah the Ammonite. The Hebrew word for assembly, kahal, is usually rendered ecclesia in the Septuagint. This is also the term used in the Greek New Testament for church. Basically, what it's saying is that this could refer to those who are allowed to preach or teach, as in those in the priestly class, that they are not ones to be to allow these people in. Maybe it means the entire body. We don't know. Continuing on, verse 3 here. No Ammonite or Moabite shall enter the assembly of Yahweh. None of their descendants, even to the 10th generation, shall ever enter the assembly of Yahweh, because they did not meet you with food and water on the way when you came out of Egypt, because they hired against you Balaam, the son of Beor, from Pethor of Mesopotamia, to curse you. Nevertheless, Yahweh your God was not willing to listen to Balaam, but Yahweh your God turned the curse into a blessing for you, because Yahweh your God loves you. You shall never seek their peace or their prosperity all your days. You shall not detest an Edomite, for he is your brother. You shall not detest an Egyptian, because you are an alien in his land. The sons of the 3rd generation who are born to them may enter the assembly of Yahweh. When you go out as an army against your enemies, you shall keep yourself from every evil thing. If there is among you any man who is unclean because of his nocturnal emission, he must go outside the camp. He may not re-enter the camp. But it shall be when the evening approaches that he shall bathe himself with water, and at sundown he may re-enter the camp. You shall also have a place outside the camp and go there. And you shall have you shall have a spade among your tools. And it shall be when you sit down outside to go to the bathroom, you shall dig with it and shall turn it over to cover up your excrement. Since Yahweh your God walks in the midst of your camp to deliver you and to defeat your enemies before you, therefore your camp must be holy. And he must not see anything indecent among you, or he will turn away from you. You shall not hand over to his master a slave who has escaped from his master to you. He shall live with you in your midst, in the place which he shall choose, in one of your towns where it pleases him. You shall not mistreat him. None of the daughters of Israel shall be a cult prostitute, nor shall any of the sons of Israel be a cult prostitute. You shall not bring the hire of a harlot or the wages of a dog into the house of Yahweh your God for any votive offering, for both of these are an abomination to Yahweh your God. You shall not charge interest to your countrymen, interest on money, food, or anything that may be loaned at interest. You may charge interest to a foreigner, but to your countrymen you shall not charge interest, so that Yahweh your God may bless you in all that you undertake in the land, which you are about to enter to possess. When you make a vow to Yahweh your God, you shall not delay to pay it, for it would be a sin to you, and Yahweh your God will surely require it of you. However, if you refrain from vowing, it would not be sin to you. It would not be sin in you. You shall be careful to perform what goes out from your lips, just as you have voluntarily vowed to Yahweh your God what you have promised. When you enter your neighbor's vineyard, then you may eat grapes until you are satisfied, but you shall not put any into your basket. When you enter your neighbor's standing grain, you may pluck the heads with your hand, but you shall not wield a sickle in your neighbor's standing grain. Moving on now to Psalms 112 through 113. Praise Yahweh. How blessed is the man who fears Yahweh, who greatly delights in his commandments. His descendants will be mighty on the earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Light arises in the darkness for the upright. He is gracious and compassionate and righteous. It is well with the man who is gracious and lends. He will maintain his cause in judgment, for he will never be shaken. The righteous will be remembered forever. He will not fear evil tidings. His heart is steadfast, trusting in Yahweh. His heart is upheld, he will not fear, until he looks with satisfaction on his adversaries. He has given freely to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be exalted in honor. The wicked will see it and be vexed. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked will perish. Psalm 113. Praise Yahweh. Praise, O servants of Yahweh. Praise the name of Yahweh. Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forth and forever. From the rising of the sun to its setting, the name of Yahweh is to be praised. Yahweh is high above all nations. His glory is above the heavens. Who is like Yahweh, our God, who is enthroned on high, who humbles himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth? He raises the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap, to make them sit with princes, with the princes of his people. He makes the barren woman abide in the house as a joyful mother of children. Praise Yahweh. Now, Isaiah chapter 50. Thus says Yahweh, where is the certificate of divorce by which I have sent your mother away? Or to whom of my creditors did I sell you? Behold, you were sold for your iniquities, and for your transgressions your mother was sent away. Why was there no man when I came? When I called, why was there no one to answer? Is my hand so short that it cannot ransom? Or have I no power to deliver? Behold, I dry up the sea with my rebuke. I make the rivers as a wilderness. Their fish stink for lack of water and die of thirst. I clothe the heavens with blackness and make sackcloth their covering. The Lord Yahweh has given me the tongue of disciples, that I may know how to sustain the weary one with a word. He awakens me morning by morning. He awakens my ear to listen as a disciple. Yahweh, the Lord Yahweh, has opened my ear, and I was not disobedient, nor did I turn back. I gave my back to those who strike me, and my cheeks to those who pluck out the beard. I did not cover my face from humiliation and spitting. For the Lord Yahweh helps me. Therefore I am not disgraced. Therefore I have set my face like flint, and I know that I will not be ashamed. He who vindicates me is near. Who will contend with me? Let us stand up to each other. Who has a case against me? Let him draw near to me. Behold, Yahweh helps me. Who is he who condemns me? Behold, they will all wear out like a garment. The moth will eat them. Who is among you that fears Yahweh, that obeys the voice of his servant, that walks in darkness and has no light? Let him trust in the name of Yahweh and rely on his God. Behold, all you who kindle a fire, who encircle yourselves with firebrands, who walk in the light of your fire, and among the brands you have set ablaze. This you will have from my hand. You will lie down in torment. Concluding today in Revelation 20. There's a ton of notes in this section. Strongly recommend you pause and read them all. You'll see why. Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven, holding the key of the abyss and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold of the dragon, the serpent of old, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. And he threw him into the abyss and shut it and sealed it over him, so that he would not deceive the nations any longer, until the 1,000 years were completed. After these things, he must be released for a short time. Then I saw thrones, and they sat on them, and judgment was given to them. And I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded because of their testimony of Jesus, and because of the word of God, and those who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received the mark on their forehead or on their hand. And they came to life and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. The rest of the dead did not come to life until the 1,000 years were completed. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is the one who has a part in the first resurrection. Over these the second death has no power, but they will be priests of God and of Christ, and will reign with him for 1,000 years. When the 1,000 years are completed, Satan will be released from his prison, and will come out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them, together, devoured them. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire and brimstone, or sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet are also. And they will be tormented day and night forever. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire and brimstone, or sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet are also. And they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. Then I saw a great white throne and him who sat upon it, and from the presence, from whom, making sure I'm not losing notes here. Continuing on. I'm going to pick back up in verse 11. Then I saw a great white throne and him who sat on it, from whose presence earth and heaven fled away, and no place was found for them. And I saw the dead, and the great and small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged from the things which were written in the books, according to their deeds. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and Hades gave up the dead which were in them. There we go. I want to make sure you don't lose the notes in the center. There's a whole article in the middle on heaven. Continuing on. Back to verse 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and Hades gave up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every one of them according to their deeds. Then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire. There's some more notes to go through here. I want to make sure we don't lose those. There we go. That's it. That's all the reading and all of the notes for today. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Behold, the word of the Lord.